Yo, what's going on, man? Welcome to another episode of Think Big with your boy Cook LaFleur. Now, we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj tonight, y'all. Nicki Minaj has been going crazy, man. I wouldn't say she's going crazy. I would say this. Nicki Minaj has been the queen of rap, the queen of music, I would say, for going on a couple decades now. And any queen there's no such thing as a nice queen, y'all. There's no such thing as a nice queen. I'll tell y'all right now. If you look throughout the decades, man, any strong woman who wants to keep her power and wants to keep doing what she's doing, they're not going to be nice about it, guys. They're not going to be cool about it. And Nicki Minaj has been holding it down for a long time. Now, Nicki Minaj has a unique position in the game. Anytime anyone threatens or acts like they're going for the title with Nicki Minaj, she will always, and I mean always, defend her position. And she's been doing that. We've seen cases where her beefing with Meg Thee Stallion. She's been beefing with Cardi B. Throughout the years, Nicki Minaj, anyone who threatens her position, she will reassure you why she is the queen of this, y'all. And I see nothing wrong. But recently, Nicki Minaj had an altercation she's been beefing with Roc Nation. Okay? And let's see, she's been beefing with Roc Nation. And let's type in Nicki Minaj, Roc Nation. I don't want to get nothing wrong while I'm telling y'all this. Nicki Minaj, Roc Nation. Okay? Now, Nicki Minaj claimed foul play with Roc Nations and said they undermine Kaepernick's protests, all right? So let's see here. Nicki Minaj has been on a tirade this week, accusing Jay-Z and Roc Nation of launching smear campaigns against her. She now has some backup in the form of Nessa Diab, who claims the same thing happened to her partner and former NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick, right? Nicki Minaj exposing the smear campaign tactics that Jay-Z and Roc Nation Desiree Perez did to her behind her back is very similar to what I was told they did to Kaepernick when Jay purposely co-opted Colin's protest by siding with the NFL to help their image after they blackballed Colin for his protests, right? So, the 44-year-old personality recounted how she called them out several years ago but received no public support. However, people would allegedly privately tell her that, now listen, I guess this is what the representative Colin Kaepernick is saying. However, people would allegedly privately tell growing protests and specifically help them move beyond the controversy around teams. Unwillingness to sign Colin Kaepernick, Diab added. So, basically, Nicki Minaj has publicly went on to say that Jay-Z never paid her for her stake in Tidal. She's claimed that she's owed millions of dollars from Roc Nation, or better yet, Jay-Z, for her contribution to the Tidal app, right? Now, we all know that Jay-Z sold Tidal. Now, let's see this. Hold on. Let's look it up. Jay-Z sold Tidal. Jay-Z sold Tidal, guys. Jay-Z sold Tidal. Okay, guys. So Jay-Z sold Tidal for $302 million. Some sources report that he sold Tidal for over $350 million. So Nicki saying she didn't get none of that, guys. She's saying she got nothing from $302 to $350 million. Nicki Minaj is claiming that she never got any of those dollars. Now, I understand why Nicki Minaj feels like that. I remember when Jay-Z first started Tidal and he had all of these major artists on stage and he was claiming that the artists had a part in Tidal. The artists had a part in this streaming network. Unlike Apple, unlike Spotify, these other DSPs where, the DSP always wins and they feed artists pennies. The whole point of Jay-Z saying that he had Tidal was the fact that he wasn't going to do that. He was going to stand up for the artists and he was going to give equal pay and he was going to give equality to every artist who had music on Tidal. And when he first launched Tidal, he used all of these major artists as, I would say, a megaphone for him to promote this platform. And at the end of the day, a lot of these artists didn't get paid, guys. A lot of these artists got pennies on top of the dollar when you're thinking about 305 to 350 million. Now, Nicki Minaj claimed that Roc Nation hit her up and offered her $1 million. Now, guys, $1 million compared to $350 million, that's pennies on the dollars, guys. We got to be honest about this. And at the time, Nicki Minaj's current net worth, according to Google, in 2025, Nicki Minaj's estimated net worth is around $150 million. And we all know that Google gets this stuff wrong a lot of the times, and we'll never know how much she's really worth. And a lot of time they undervalue these artists. So if Google is saying that Nicki Minaj gets $150 million, I could assume that Nicki Minaj is probably worth at least double that. At least double that. Nicki Minaj is probably worth $250 million as we speak. So $1 million to a person who has $250 million and they know that the person who sold the company got $350 million. If I was Nicki Minaj, I would absolutely feel like I got used. I would feel like I got bamboozled, actually. So I 100% am with and I stand with Nicki when it comes to that. Now, lately, Nicki Minaj has been going at anything Roc Nation oriented. Anything that has anything to do with Roc Nation, she is coming for them, y'all. She's coming for anybody who has anything to do with Roc Nation. And if we all know, Lil Wayne really wanted to perform at the latest Super Bowl, right? But Kendrick Lamar got that. And we all know that Kendrick Lamar was Drake's arch nemesis. And who is Drake's sister? Who is Drake's day one co-label mate? Nicki Minaj, right? So a lot of people feel like as far and as well as Nicki Minaj feels like Jay-Z slighted Lil Wayne when he didn't let Lil Wayne perform, because we all know that Jay-Z for the last couple years has been in charge of all of the halftime shows. And Jay-Z didn't let Lil Wayne perform at the last Super Bowl, which was in his hometown, New Orleans, right? So, lately, Nicki Minaj has been going pretty hard. I don't know what she's on, but she's been going hard at everybody. It started with Roc Nation, and I don't know how the Roc Nation connection and the TDE connection coincides, but I stated that earlier to say I'm guessing that Rock Nation is backing TDE for the simple fact that we had Kendrick over Lil Wayne performing at the last Super Bowl. And because of that, Nicki Minaj has been on a rampage, guys. Nicki Minaj has been on a rampage, and lately she has focused her anger towards a guy named TDE Punch, right? Now, Nicki Minaj states that Nicki Minaj accuses Punch of bullying her and claims to have receipts, right? For years, Nicki Minaj is claiming that this guy has been bothering her for years. And I looked over a couple things and I can't see the evidence of him bullying her. For me, when I seen the tweets that Nicki Minaj is claiming to be evidence of bullying, I honestly felt like maybe she may be misunderstanding his context, and it's easy to misunderstand people's context through text and through words when you don't have an actual conversation with them and get to understand their vibe and the way they're saying stuff. So it's easy to misunderstand someone. Punch put up a couple tweets. So let's look up those tweets. Punch put up a couple tweets. Punch put up a couple tweets. Okay, I can't find Punch's tweets, but I can find Nicki Minaj's tweets. So Nicki Minaj put up a tweet with a picture of TDE Punch, and it said these words exactly. Hey, this is Justin. OMG, Bieber, question mark, a lot of question marks. No, this is just in. TDE executive allegedly went to the doctor now for his weight loss journey, and they just called him and said allegedly. And they just called him and said it's time to do the loose skin part now. So allegedly, she's calling TDE Punch fat, and she's sort of poking fun of TDE Punch, and she's sending all of her fandom, which they call the barbs, and she's sending a lot of the barbs at TDE Punch. So recently, SZA actually stood to his defense. So SZA stood to TDE Punch's defense, because we all know that SZA started with TDE Punch. We all know that. So let's look see if we can find these tweets. I'm about to look if I can see if I can find these tweets for you guys. Okay, so out of nowhere, SZA responds to Nicki Minaj's tirade of TDE Punch, and she says this: Mercury retrograde, don't take the bait. LOL, silly goose. Nicki Minaj responded to that and said, go draw your freckles back on, Buki. Justice for Damori, Deposition Perez, liar, liar, pants on fire, sounding like a effing dead dog. Now, SZA responded to this and said, I don't give a F about none of that weird stuff you popping. Now, listen, guys. This is my whole position on this. I feel like Nicki Minaj has been a juggernaut and has been a spearhead for women as a whole, whether they're rappers, whether they're nurses, whether they're anything. I don't personally agree with the feminist movement, but if there was anyone to be a spearhead for women's rights and women's activism, it would be Nicki Minaj. This whole new generation was inspired by Nicki Minaj. Now, I feel like she feels like she's been wronged, and that's what's making her say these things and what's making her act this irate way. A lot of people don't agree with it. A lot of people don't like it. But I feel like she just feels like she has been done wrong. She's been misled. She's been done wrong. And I really feel like she's just this is her way of standing up for herself. I'll say this is Nicki Minaj's way of standing up for herself and protecting, like I said before in the video, she's been protecting her position as queen for at least a decade now. And I feel like this is the same thing. I feel like SZA is a phenomenal artist. I feel like Nicki Minaj is a phenomenal artist. Now, I also feel like Nicki Minaj has put way more work in this game, and she's way more of a cornerstone to black culture, to the culture of music and rap and R&B and urban culture. I feel like Nicki Minaj is way more of a staple in urban culture than SZA at this time. Not to say that SZA wouldn't grow to be something greater than Nicki. She keeps putting in the work that she's putting on, and she stays on a trajectory that she's on. But I feel like at this moment, Nicki Minaj definitely has put in a lot of work. But I feel like Nicki Minaj is misdirecting her anger at SZA, when SZA is just defending an executive who's probably been a detrimental part of her career, because we all know that SZA started with TDE. So these women, they can resolve this thing, guys. They can resolve this thing. I feel like it's a lot of things that's being blown out of proportion. These women will meet at the table because they're both megastars. They're both megastars. I feel like these women can meet at the table and hash out their differences. And I honestly believe that Nicki and SZA could create some great music together. I don't know, man. I don't know the way this is going, man. Nicki's saying things, SZA's saying things, and they're just going back and forth, man, as women do. And I honestly hope that they can come to some type of resolution. But I don't know, guys, man. You guys let me know. Think big. Y'all already know. Think big, bitch. Y'all already know, man. Like and subscribe. Y'all give me y'all opinions about this whole thing, man. Hopefully these two women, these two powerful, strong black queens can come together and figure out some type of resolution, because it's really a bunch of nothing, for real. It's a nothing burger, and I feel like they can get over this. None of these two women have any real conflict or any real problem with each other. So hopefully they can get over this. It's your boy Cook LaFleur. It's Think Big. We gone.